like anything, and they say, the lowest standard you accept becomes the highest standard everyone else aspires to. If those 2 people out of your 10 team are late all the time, you watch gradually over time, more and more people will be late. Because you're allowing that. Your standard is down here. If you want your standard here, you need to show up here. And you need to be leading that by example and driving that in your businesses as well. And you need to be aligned. What's coming out of here and what you're doing have to match. Otherwise people go, oh, he's just full of shit. He's just telling us to do this thing again. But he's not doing it himself. So we'll just like wait 3 weeks and you'll forget. Because he's incongruent. There's no congruence there. Communicating from the ego. We know what that is. That's where we start getting defensive. We start blaming. We start justifying things. We are not coming from a heart-centered place. We're coming from the head. We're coming from defense. And often that defense looks like attack. Because that can be a great way to defend. If we're attacking someone, we can't be attacked. So that's protecting ourselves. And you'll hear it often in language, is the I think. When we say something, I think this. Where's that coming from? It's coming from our head. And it could be charged with ego. Whereas if we're communicating from the heart, you'll hear I feel, as opposed to I think. So be cautious when you answer questions or you're asking a question of somebody. Just say, like how you feel, like how do you feel about that, right? Rather than what do you think about that? You'll get a deeper response. You get a better response. I think it was one of the things that PB covered at the start of one of her sessions at the previous event, is to be, you've got to be coming from the heart. How do you feel? Not go, oh, how's things going? Oh yeah, great. Whereas if you say to someone, hey Sonia, how are you feeling at the moment? What's going on for you? That's a much deeper start. It's a much deeper opening of a conversation. And it also shows that you give a shit. Because how are you feeling versus, oh, how are you? Yeah, good. That's very superficial. You want depth of connection. I know that's what this community is about. It's about connection as well. This community taking this away and applying it into our lives. We need to be able to ask people, how do you feel about that communication piece? Or how did you feel when we did this activity? Not like, how did you go with it? Yeah, I did it. Cool. Is that any value to anyone? It's just a waste of hot air and energy. Did you see the difference? So we've got to go to the I feel. And if you ask someone something and they respond with I think, say, but I really want to hear how you feel about it, not what you think about it. Because that's going behind the thinking veil into feeling. I think it's very, very important. Another thing too is called chameleon communication. We all do this, is we communicate in a different way to different people in our lives. Have a think about it. How do you communicate if you've got kids to your kids? How do you communicate to your kids? If you have kids, how do you communicate to them? Are you dictatorial? Are you direct? Are you blunt? Are you friendly? Are you playful? Right? How do you communicate to your husband, wife, partner if you have one? How do you communicate to your team? How do you communicate to your siblings or parents or family members? Is it the same? No, it's not. Why? It can be different all the time, but there's a theme. There's generally like an underlying theme. So I've wrote mine down here. A while ago, I observed, when I look back historically, with my team, I used to be quite dictatorial. 15, 20 years ago. Quite dictatorial. It was very much, as I need this done, I need this done by Friday. Just like, blunt, direct, very dictatorial. No, like feelings off, forget that fluffy crap. Just get the freaking job done. Why can't anyone do the job like I can? Right. Very much just push. Kind of belt it into people. Right? Anyone ever done that before? Like they've felt, definitely a few of us. Yeah, there's a couple of double hands have gone up. From a partner perspective, I was quite aloof. Kind of reserved, pull back. What I noticed with my kids is, and it's getting better, what I've noticed with my kids is I've been very serious. Very, just serious is the right word to describe it, particularly when they were younger. And it wasn't until more recently I started realizing that that's what I was doing. And then with friends and stuff, it'd be more fun and playful and stuff. It's like, well, why can't I be fun and playful with my kids? Why am I being so serious? There's this chameleon thing going on based on the relationship and the meaning of that relationship to me. Dan?
Yeah, I found that to be a great exercise in honesty, which is why I found it really hard to actually get started on it. I used to be a teacher once, and I think I kind of got ingrained into being super aware of the impact of what I said and planning for sort of situations. And I reckon breaking out of that is an ongoing project. And so I'm a chameleon within relationships and between them. Mm-hmm. I'll kind of behave what suits the situation. So it hurts to, I guess, see how with my kids in particular, when you said about being serious, like there are times when, work's a bit more intense and I fall into that serious space when I'd just love to be more playful.
I feel that. I've still got a lot of work to do with my kids. Like Aston's 14, Charlie's 11 now. And it's like, for me, it feels like I've almost missed that opportunity because I was so serious, so focused, so protecting of myself. And I'd go from serious to angry. I was following the conditioning that I've had when I was a child. Have I broken elements of it? Yes. Have I completely removed it? Still, it's a work in progress. It takes a lot of time to remove, 20 years of programming. And with the kids only with us part-time, obviously I'm not having as many opportunities to learn and grow, and it can be a lot more intense sometimes. So that it can be intense either way. It can be intense, we're having more fun, the relationship's better, but also be more intense in a amplification of frustration and stuff as well. But I have to, again, about not beating myself up about it, and I'd hope you don't as well, is to say, okay, I'm aware of this, I'm doing what I can. I did the best with the resources that I had at the time. Because that's all we can do. We can only do the best at the time with what we've had. Hindsight is always going to give us clarity, but all we can do is we can change it right now. So going forward, it's going to be different. We cannot change that, and dragging it around like a noose with a freaking weight every day going forward is not going to help. We need to put it down, acknowledge it, feel emotion about it if we need to, of course. But go, okay, well, my choice now is to do my best and focus on that next thing. How can I connect in a more fun and playful way? I'm talking to myself here too.
Yeah.